Marshall, and I'm here to show you how to do graphing on a Google Doc. Over the rest of the school year, we're going to be doing a lot of graphing of both lines and curves. You will always have the option of creating a graph on physical graph paper, taking a picture of it, and then submitting the picture in the Google Doc. However, I am thinking that most of you do not have graph paper at home and or do not have access to a printer easily, and so you'll do your graphing on a Google Doc. Graphs are one of the best ways to look at and interpret functions, and they're going to be playing a role in every unit we do in the future, so you're going to have to do it. It is a little messy and it's not going to be perfect, so I'm not going to blame you for that as long as you have the basics, but you're going to do the best you can. First, I will read the instructions for you, and then I will give you a demonstration. Just so you know, pre-scaled and labeled coordinate planes will be entered into the Google Doc as a drawing. So as you see down here, this coordinate plane, if I click on it, it opens up as a drawing, and that's where you'll do your graphing. First, you will use your calculator or calculator app or website, enter the function rule into whatever acts as the y equals screen, which should be different depending on if you're using a calculator or an app or a website, and then use the table to get points that you're going to plot on your graph. At that point, you will double click on the drawing and the drawing box will pop out. You will select line and choose scribble. That will allow you to put points, individual dots on your graph by placing the cursor over the location where you want the point and then holding down the mouse button and moving this mouse in a circle to draw a dot. After you have all your points on the graph, you're going to go back to select line and choose curve. Curve is how you're going to connect your points. Start on the point farthest to the left and then click each point as you move from left to right. At the last point, double click and the line will be added to the drawing. From there, you can go to line weight and select 2px to darken and thicken the line. I'm going to demonstrate this for you using the function rule f of x equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. I cannot do this on an app on my phone or a physical graphing calculator because then you won't be able to see it because I'm recording my screen. So I'm going to show it to you on two different websites and you can choose which one you want to use or whatever app or calculator you were going to use anyway. The first website is called GeoGebra. You see it right there, GeoGebra. From there, I will click on Start Calculator. When that opens up for me, I'm going to type in my function rule. I do not need to type in the f of x or the y, so I would just type in negative 1/2. It automatically will, if I put 1 divided by 2, 1 divide 2, it automatically makes it a fraction, and then x plus 2. Now, as you can see, it actually gives me a drawing, but I can't just use that drawing. I need to get specific points to put on my graph. So I'm going to go to where it says table. Coming here, these little three dots. From there, I will click on table of values. It asks me where I want to start. So I'm going to start at negative 10. I want to go all the way to positive 10 on the x-axis, and I want it to count by ones. That's the step. So if I click OK, it's going to create a whole table of values for me from negative 10 on the x over here, all the way to positive 10 over there. The other website that I recommend is called Desmos, desmos.com. Many of you might have used this in middle school. I go to graphing calculator, same thing. I don't have to put in the f of x or the y. I can use this if I want to, the keypad, but if I, so 1 divide, it was a negative. Let me delete. Go back. Okay, so negative 1 divide 2, little arrow sideways for my x, plus 2. Now, same here, instead of the dots being here for the table, I come to my edit list and I will click on the little table thing. Now, the only difference here is that it gives you very few numbers. Okay, so here you'd have to actually put in the x's. So you would put in negative 10 and you would put in negative 9 or negative 8. So this one might be a little bit more work because you have to put in the number specifically. I'm going to use the GeoGebra because it's a little bit easier, and I'm only going to plot points that don't have any decimals because, again, that's going to make my life easier. So coming back to my graph, here's the graph. I'm going to double click to pull out the drawing. I go to select line and I'm going to click on scribble so I can do my points. -8, -6, so from 0, 0, -8, and then up to -6. And again, I'm going to click the mouse and then move in circles to create just a dot. Once I let go of the mouse, the dot will be there. So I'm clicking, and now I'm drawing in circles. You can see how there's something growing, forming, and then when I let go, there it is. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple more points. -4, 4 is right here. Again, hold it down, move in a circle, and then let go. 0, 2, hold it down, move in a circle, and then let go. Again, it's not going to be perfect, like I said. And let me move all the way over here to 8, -2, kind of towards the end of my whole graph. All right, now once I have points plotted, I'm going to come back to select line, and I'm going to do curve. Once I do curve, I start at my point farthest to the left. So over here, I'm going to click on it, and then I'm just going to move my mouse. I'm not holding down the button. I'm just moving my mouse. Once I get to the next point, I'm going to give one click, just one click, and then keep moving the mouse. One click, keep moving the mouse. Once I get to the last point, then I double click. And as you can see, the whole line is formed and I can move my cursor away. At this point, I want to go to line weight and click 2px to make it a little thicker. I can even go bigger, 3px, and then I will save it and close it. I also could put arrows at the end of it, which I probably should do depending on what kind of function I'm working on. So there's the beginning arrow and the end arrow. Save and close it, and now it's a part of my document. There are 2 here for you to try. Go ahead and give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes.